Hey everyone, and welcome back to our journey through history. Today, we're diving into a fascinating period in North Africa, a time when powerful sultanates rose from the ashes of a vast empire to forge their own legacies. We're talking about the 13th to the 16th centuries, the era of the Hafsids and the Zionids. So, picture this, the once mighty Almohad Empire, which stretched from Spain to Libya, is starting to crumble. It's a classic story: internal conflicts, external pressures, and before you know it, the empire fractures. But this isn't an ending, it's a new beginning. From this fragmentation, two major players emerge to dominate the central Maghreb: the Hafsids in the east, and the Zionids in the west. Let's start with the Hafsids. Their story begins with a man named Abu Hafs Umar, a loyal governor for the Almohads. His son, Abu Zakaria Yahya, was the real game-changer. Around 1229, he declared independence in Tunis. This wasn't just a power grab, it was the birth of a dynasty that would rule Africa, what we now know as Tunisia and eastern Algeria, for 3 centuries. Under Abu Zakaria, Tunis was transformed. It became the new heart of the region, a bustling hub of commerce, culture, and learning. The Hafsids were savvy rulers. They controlled the lucrative trans-Saharan trade routes, bringing gold, salt, and other precious goods through their ports. This wealth funded magnificent construction projects, like the expansion of the Zitouna Mosque, and turned Tunis into a beacon for scholars, poets, and artists from across the Islamic world. Their political influence was huge. They established diplomatic ties with European kingdoms like Aragon and Venice, signing trade treaties that filled their coffers and brought new ideas and goods to their shores. The Hafsid court was a center of high culture, where Arabic literature and Islamic jurisprudence flourished. They weren't just warlords, they were patrons of the arts and sciences, creating a golden age for the region. Now, let's shift our focus westward to the kingdom of Tlemcen, the domain of the Zionids, also known as the Abd al-Wadids. Their founder, Yugmursin ibn Zion, was a Berber chief who seized control of Tlemcen in 1236. Tlemcen was strategically placed. It was a critical stop on the east-west trade route and a gateway to the Sahara. Yugmursin and his successors turned the city into a formidable commercial and political power. The Zionids were constantly navigating a tricky political landscape. They were literally caught in the middle, sandwiched between the powerful Marinids of Morocco to the west and the expanding Hafsids to the east. Their entire history is a masterclass in diplomacy and survival. They formed alliances, fought defensive wars, and managed to maintain their independence against incredible odds for over 300 years. Life in Tlemcen under the Zionids was vibrant. The city was a melting pot of cultures. Andalusian refugees fleeing the Christian Reconquista in Spain brought their sophisticated skills in architecture, music, and poetry. The Great Mosque of Tlemcen, with its stunning minaret, still stands today as a testament to their architectural prowess. The mature palace was the center of political life, a symbol of Zionid power and prestige. They fostered a unique cultural identity, a blend of Berber, Arab, and Andalusian influences that defined the region for centuries. But no empire lasts forever. By the 15th and 16th centuries, both dynasties faced new challenges. Internal succession disputes weakened them from within. More importantly, a new power was rising in the Mediterranean: the Ottoman Empire. At the same time, the Spanish, having completed the Reconquista, set their sights on North Africa. The Hafsids and Zionids found themselves caught in a struggle between these two giants. They tried to play them off against each other, but ultimately, the tide of history was turning. Tlemcen fell to the Ottomans in the mid-16th century, and Tunis followed soon after. The era of the regional sultanates was over, and a new chapter under Ottoman rule began. So why do these dynasties matter today? The Hafsids and Zionids weren't just temporary rulers. They were nation builders. They shaped the distinct cultural and political identities of modern-day Tunisia and Algeria. They built cities that remain important centers to this day, and they fostered a rich cultural heritage that continues to influence the region. Their story is a powerful reminder that even when great empires fall, new powers rise to create their own lasting legacies. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this dive into North African history interesting, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next adventure. See you in the next video.